All right. Check it out, people. Listen, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Look, I look like I wasn't going to get here because after last night's service, woo, get on here and join with me. Join with me, people. Join in, join in, join in. I got to say good morning, good morning, good morning to James. Good morning to McElwain. Good morning to Diane Williams out there in California. This has been some conference, okay? Good morning to Beth Daniels. Good morning to Frederica Brown. Good morning to Sonia Crumpler, who don't like my bell. That's why I don't have my bell with me now, so I can't ring it. But that's all right. I got something for you all. You know I got something for you. I'm gonna let freedom ring. If I had a hammer, I'm gonna ring it in a moment. Okay, but anyway, Corinne, it's good to see you on here. Chapman, Venus Chapman, I met so many people at the conference. It was good to see you all there. Good morning to you. Good morning, Diane Rose. Good morning, Merrick. Good morning, Carla. That was some conference, I'm telling you all. Good morning, Ronald Mims. Dear God, I tell you, the devil is a liar. But you know what? I'm not getting upset. I'm not going to lose it. I'm going to stay right where I am in Jesus. And so, good morning to Jag. Uh, and some people I just couldn't keep up with it. And Bradford, good morning to you. Okay, so good morning over here. I got my people on YouTube and Pamela and Ruth Martin and Venus again. Good morning to you and all of those that are on here. Tracy, um, Miss Aljetta, Evelyn. Good morning to all of you that are on here with us today. I got some stuff we need to talk about. Betty Smith, good morning. Jill Tolliver, good morning. Good morning, Brenda Williams. It's just something happening on here. I'm just letting you know, uh, it has been something going on this thing. I can't begin to tell you. So let me just start off with this. To Apostle Davis, Stephen Davis, I gotta give him a standing ovation. Woo, 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 woo. A job well done to the staff and all of the people who worked at Refresh. You all were superb. Whoa, 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 whoa. And I just am so glad to say it has been an honor to be here with you. Lala Lewis, I met you. Okay. I am so glad I was there. Waters, good morning to you. Uh, it was a it was tremendous. It was just overwhelming. The love that you showed, not only to me, I watch how you treated other people. You served well. You served well. That choir was off the chain. Skipper, good morning to you. Got to meet some of these people. I was so grateful. So it was a beautiful, beautiful time. The people, the service was off the chain. God ministered to us. And you're going to hear me talk about some more things, but I want to just say, Wasidra, good morning to you. Um, it was just so many things going on. There was such a blessing. I pray that you got a chance to see it. If you didn't go back on their site, they have it all up there. Look at those day sessions. I was just telling the producer in comment, I said, I hope he gets to see it. It was just too much. It was too much. And there's so much that I have written down. I have my pad and I have to go and recycle all of this stuff and put it in the good notes of the move and put it in my file of movement of God. It was in one of those movements. And so I want to share with you that there is a move of God that's taking place, has taken place. Something tremendous has happened. So prophetically, I told people I was on the Bell International Prayer Call. Good morning, Tammy. Let me tell you something. Look, people, you have to remember this, and I'm sharing this with you like this. God has chosen you. He's put his hands on your life. If you know it, say it right now. He's put his hands on my life. Say it. Say it. Say it. Don't patty cake with it in your mouth. He put his hand. He put his hand. No, no, no. Say it with authority. He put his hand on my life. And then say, I know I'm chosen. Don't you dare shrink back. Say, I know I'm chosen. Oh God. I hear it ringing in my ear. That got down in my ear like that. Say, I know I'm chosen. All right, Lee Hard, Lee Head, okay? Um, say, I know I'm chosen. Say it. Today, I need you to say it because you can't play with this. And I'm not saying when I called your name, this is not to you, Tammy, per se. You came to my mind because of what God is doing with you when you come on Tuesdays. If you really want this, people, if you really want to make this mark in your life, and remember, it's not just those that are called to preach. This is for those who are going into entrepreneurship. This is for those who are learning how they're going to make the right investments in their lives, investing in their children and their future. If you're serious about it, be about it. Because I'm telling you what's going to happen. If you're not going to be serious about it, you're going to be left by the wayside. And the only reason I did just burst out into tears, I mean, just tears of sobbing, is because I had to remember this. Some people who talk a good game but will never move. And they will talk so good it'll paralyze you, the individual, because you will say, there's all this potential. They had a song said, potential. I'm not going to get into it. Lorraine, Lorraine Adams, um, and Vera, thank you from my heart for what you have done while I was here. Just your love and your support. Thank you. Okay, so God has his hands on you all. And if you want to acknowledge it, get with it. Uh, you have to know it and begin to continuously walk in it. It's not as hard as you're making it, people. It's not. It's not for those up there and people down here don't get it. It's for everybody. You got to grab hold to the people who are going somewhere with it and don't let it go. I'm so serious. I am still, I did it. I should have kept it. Listen, there was a row of pastors in front of me on the same rows that I was on. I done sat in all three sections. I missed one section yesterday, two, the two ends, but I was on one, two, three, all three sections, and I missed the other two. I done sat in all of them. Each one I sat in, the Lord was dealing with me. Everywhere I was sitting was pastors and leaders. I almost could walk down each aisle and prophesy to every one of those pastors. That was not my job. That was not my assignment. But I could have prophesied to each one of them and told them exactly what God was going to do, why they were in the place that they were in, what door was God was going to open on their behalf, why He was going to open those doors because of what they were doing, what they were fulfilling. That was not my call. I was doing this for a reason. But I was there to take note. I was taking mental pictures. I wasn't sitting there trying to take the camera and slide a picture to them. No, I was taking mental, I don't want to, now that pictures in my mind because I had to come back and write it down where they were sitting because I knew what God was speaking about them. I understood how God was speaking. Because some of you God wants to raise up because he wants to use you and how to pray for different leaders. He wants to use you and how he wants to help you open up these ancient wells. Because in this time, it's a shift that has taken place in this world, and it's not what everybody think it is. And you're not going to drown. He's going to make sure you're taken care of. That's for sure. Now, if y'all heard Jazz last night, I don't even talk about her. She just, as Sister Grace would go, okay, that's how Grace does. But there's something that's happening. There's an anointing here. Birmingham is not the same. Oh, God, just leave me alone. I have to say to the Lord, sometimes leave me alone. I know my assignment. I've always understood when revival was taking place in the cities, in the states, what it's flipping. There's something happening so phenomenal in Birmingham. People It is happening. And it's flipping. It's turning the lid. The manholes off of the are coming off the cover. The covers are coming off of the manholes. That's how powerful God is moving in Birmingham. I rode down some streets. I couldn't even talk what I was feeling. I can't even get nobody to talk with about it because they would not really understand it. Even when I'm talking to other leaders, they're like, oh, wow, 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 wow. But the brook man had driven up, he sent the raven. And when he finished sending the raven, he sent a widow. Okay, don't mess with me. You know I gotta say it, Carl. I know you going like, don't bother me today. But I'm sharing this with you. See, that's what I want you to get. You gotta break this cycle. Because the first thing we do, we know how to gravitate to where we are. I know that there's a brook that is dried up, but we have to move to the next thing, and then the next thing, and then the next thing. Because wherever we go, there's provision. So I'm sitting here in Birmingham in this historical place that has blew my mind of where I am in proximity of everything. And I'm sharing with you prophetically, those of you that said, this is not for me, or it's for you if you're listening. Ooh, okay. I don't know what's going on, but there's something that God has said he needs to do. I don't know how, where, what's really happening, but I do know that in the midst of this storm, God is saying, I'm opening up these wells. We may be in other states, but there's some wells God is using you to open up. You got to realize you've been chosen to do it. You got to realize that he's got his hands on you. So the shift is not casual. It's not cute. It's not convenient. None of those things are it. Um, 5786 is not just a number. It's a summons. Um, I'm sealing what I started. I'm burning what I can't go. I'm burying and burning what can't go forward. I'm speaking what I've spoken. Ah, and echoing in time what I declare. Uh, I'm a, oh God, I'm hooking your obedience to my outpouring, is what God is saying. This is so powerful, people. Uh, this is the year where heaven fastens itself to movement. Just bear with me here. I don't know what's going on, but I hear the Lord speaking. Just bear with me, people. I feel him speaking. I hear his voice. And when he speaks, we listen. We listen. Okay. And he says, not emotion, not intention, but obedience. You have to know he's laid his hands on you. You have got to know that he has said, I've chosen you. You have to understand that it doesn't come without a price. I just told a man of God, and I'm no one that he's going to tell it because he'd love to tell some things on me. But I said, I have an assignment, and I want you to hear what I've said. That's why I'm sharing it with you. And matter of fact, you need to, first of all, hit them thumbs up, all right, for the likes. I need you to do that real quick. And then hit that share button, but hit that like button. And I want you to get people to come on because I want you to hear this testimony. This is for all of you that are dealing with some assignments. I shared it with my prayer partner. And I had to tell my prayer partner, I need you to listen to me. Because she was listening and talking and listening. But I don't take it that she ain't listening when she's talking, but I needed her undivided attention because this deserved her undivided attention. You got to tell somebody, I need that undivided attention. Oh, God. Good morning, Betty Carter and Auntie. Good morning to uh, Sharon Fritz and Terrence, Salt Lake City, and Bountiful, Utah. Wortham, good morning. I need you to do that, man. And he'll tell me in a minute how many did it, but I'm going to go right into this. Just tell me that you're ready for this, what I'm going to speak. And then I got to find me something. Here, I got it right. In case I go to, if I fall to pieces on this, I'm just going to let the tears fall where they may. 'Cause this is very powerful for me. You tell me that you're ready, and we can go forth with it. Ooh, Betty Smith said ready. Betty Smith and Sessions. Oh my God, there were so many people I saw here today. So this is how it goes, and I pray I have your attention. The night, I think it started on Sunday, but I got here on Sunday, but I came out on Monday. Monday, the Lord spoke to me and said, I have something that's going to be very powerful for you. And I know you're not going to like it. I didn't say anything. I just went through the whole services and all the things that need to be done. When Tuesday came, when Monday night came, I followed what God has said. And then it was Monday night. Everything was over. I'm coming in. He's dealing with me. People, the Lord is weighing in. The weight of what He's speaking is sinking into my pores. And I'm talking to those of you that have these assignments. Okay. Whew. Thank you, prophetess. I know you really need to hear this. And that's why I want to talk to you, the hard-headed ones. The hard-headed ones like me that can be hard-headed and stop trying to figure it all out. But I wasn't trying to figure this out. It's just that I understood something. He said, I give you this assignment. And I told the Lord, I said, I don't want this assignment. Do you hear me? I said, I don't want it. I said, God, do you know what you're requiring of me? Do you understand? I already know the price because I counted up the cost when he was speaking to me. That's who I want to talk to. Someone who literally heard the Lord speak to you, and you're mature enough to know that you had to count up the cost. And when you counted up the cost, you said, look, I don't know if I got enough for the down payment. And if you did, you said, I don't want to pay it. I don't want to pay that price. Are you listening to me? It weighed in on me so bad. I was wrestling. I got up for Tuesday, did the I Am the One broadcast, had to get ready to come on with you all. Oh, God. I don't want the waterworks to hit like that. Excuse me. Ah, okay. I needed a break right there. I said, I called the individual. I said, this is my assignment. And they said, well, I said, don't talk to me like a regular church person. I said, I don't want this assignment. And they said, but I said, I'm telling you, I don't want this assignment. And I just began to sob and cry. I said, because I already know what it's going to cost. I don't want this in my life again. I was asking God, why do I have to do this again? Did I fail in the past? Did I miss you along the way? What is this that you got that I need to do? I have to cover this again? And I mean, I was very honest, and I want to talk to those of you that know what I'm talking about. You need to talk back to me on here. You need to talk back. You need to talk back and say, you know what? He was right. He's right. He's right. He's right. Because when you get some things that God give you, you want to say, oh God, what do you mean? I, it's not that you have to do it again. I wrestle with it. So when I talked to my prayer partner, I was sharing with her. I said, listen, and they were going, da, 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 da. I said, stop. I need you to, I said, stop. I need you to listen to this because this is not just, oh, I'm going to go pray for somebody. This is an assignment that it weighed. And when I prayed, I fell on the bed on my knees and the tears that ran down my face. I said, God, and you know what he said at the end? It took all that time to pray through it. He said, but I had to find somebody who was able to bear the weight of it. When you don't want to bear the weight, when you don't want to carry the assignment, when you say, I counted up the cost, this is why I'm talking to those who understand this. There's someone on here that has got an assignment, and you've already said, I don't want the assignment because you counted up the cost. Ah, oh, I gotta turn just a minute. Ah, okay, I come back. Sometimes the weight of the assignment is your family. Sometimes the weight of the assignment is your business. Sometimes the weight of your assignment is your community. That's why when I look at politicians who really love the Lord, they're going to be in the church. You can't tell me your calling. You can get yourself in the church when it's even considering your children. You get them to the church because you know why? Because you know they need that prayer. I don't care if they're going to be the football player, the basketball player, baseball player, the soccer player, the tennis player, the track runner, because you know they need that support because there's something they got to get. Your marriages, whatever that assignment is. Ooh, thank you, Mims. He said so heavy. So, you got to let things go. Let me make that clear. It's not that I had to hold on to anything, but I counted up the cost of it. I knew what it meant. He said, but if you would allow me, now this is what I had to do. He said, you became burdened because you knew the road, but you never asked me which way should I go, God. You just counted up the cost. And I appreciate that you counted up the cost, but you never said, which way should I go? By the time I got to last night's service, or by the time I got to Tuesday night, I was already wrecked. I was just wrecked. I didn't want to talk to anybody other than I was hugging people, saying I have a good spirit. I wanted love. But I was just so wrecked inside that I have an assignment that I must do in the earth. And it's different from the norm. I'm not the only one that has an assignment. See, I don't look at it that way, but it's different than the norm. And some of you have been called out of the into the abnormality of how you carry out your assignment. And you're sitting there and you're going, but why? But you won't give God a chance to tell you how and how I want you to do it. But I just stopped. And I told the person, I said, see, it's easy for you to that I was telling this to the first time. I said, because you don't give me that church lingo. I can't, I snapped right back. Them tears dried up like that brook, because that's how serious it was. I didn't need a church answer. And you know what the Lord told me? He said, they couldn't answer you because they had no answer because you went beneath their ancient well. Do I have anybody to really understand this or think you understand it? Or you have an inkling of it because you feel that you've been through something similar. You need to put in a number 5, but for God's grace. And so he said, you've heard enough. Now it's time to move. You circled the mountain. Now it's time to climb. You, you've cried at the altar. Now it's time to build one. See, this is a different shift that I'm talking about. Okay. It's time to build one. Oh, God. This is the shift from the hearer to the doer, from delay to destiny. Ah, from remembrance to release. So walk, so speak, and stretch. God, I thank you because heaven is listening and 5786 is responding. You got to seal what God has said and seal what God has started. You got to finish the assignment you've delayed. God, I'm trying to, there's an impactful word that's right here, an assignment. And as I sat in those rows, I sat in the second row. Because let me tell you something. Some of you, all you want, you got pulpititis. If you ain't in the pulpit, you feel overlooked. If you're not up under that particular person, you feel like you don't count. If you're not sitting in the very front where everybody can see, you feel like, oh my God, they don't appreciate me. I didn't get when I first came in, I was trying to sit midway because I saw opening. I said, I can sit right here. This is comfortable for me. Because you know, when you sit on the front row, they all run to the front and they step on your feet and everything. You know what I'm saying? And then I wasn't gonna be I'm not listen, I'm not able to catch all them people falling backwards. So oh, it didn't make a difference. That second row, third row, fourth row, because I knew I had an assignment. That was the first part of it. But the deeper part of it is he was stretching me. And he said to me, as I'm saying to you, finish the assignment you delayed. I had to do that in order to get this new assignment that he gave me. Now I'm telling you, trying to hold the tears are really running behind my eyeballs. Because anyone that really knows me, they can feel that I'm not in pain, but they can feel that this thing is still settling. And and so it's not settling of disobedience, but I had to say to the Lord, help me to get myself in place. But I'm saying yes, but help me to get myself in place. Because I know people are depending upon me. I ain't got time to talk about I gotta pray to the Lord and get an answer. He gave me the answer. I have time to talk I'm waiting on you to show me a sign. His word was my sign. When you've been in it long enough, you don't need all them signs and confirmation. By the time I got to uh, yesterday, as we were closing out the morning session, matter of fact, the man of God spoke the word to me, and I just looked at him. And by the time we got to another place, he said, "You heard what I said, Pearman, right? You heard me, right?" I said, "Yep, I heard you." Someone on here has an assignment. If I were you, and I am not you, but if I were you, and I was close to a man or woman of God that had my destiny in their throat, I would stick with them. If I were you and I had a great mentor